Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Okay, heading up. I'm not even gonna waste time. I'm gonna uh uh I need to alert people. Hi human, hi Nimbus. Uh yeah, we're gonna get right into this. I wanna get through this quick. Not that I'm in any particular rush for any specific thing, but uh oh, the link's been copyright. Uh okay, enter performance mode. Let's get right into the game. Alright. It is tomorrow. I am awake. Profile 1, chapter select. Okay, so I've gotten everything in chapter 3, and there's plenty more to do. So, annoyingly, it doesn't save your progress mid-chapter. There's some... Okay, how many endings are there? Because I've heard there are 3 and 4. But also, I think there might technically be 5. Let me explain. It depends on how you count the Brazil ending, you know? The kind of joke ending where you get ice cream. And then there's something called a Fredbear and Scooper ending. Hey, you made it, Sir May, the Shogun Dragon Network. So technically there's 4 because the Brazil ending is an ending, even if it's a joke ending. But then there's shit that nobody has found yet, which makes me think there's 5. So there's the fucking betrayal ending. There's the Fredbear ending. Then there's uh uh there's the betrayal ending, the Brazil ending, whatever the Fredbear and Scooper endings, which I have no clue what those are. And then we have the endings we don't understand right now. Uh
Gregory!
exactly. Repairing Chica has to do something, so there has to be some other ending.
I got your message.
You have to zoom out of the camera and click it. That's something I want to do too. That is one of the things I want to do.
Gregory! Are you there?
There are many. I want to try my.
I don't get it.
I really wish there
Why
was a
would
skip for
Gregory
this.
tell me to come to this old place and
It's
then
called the
not...
Brazil ending internally, and we don't know what the hell that's up with that.
What is that? Maybe if I get up there, I can see better.
Okay, you can say that Chica Beak isn't useful. That doesn't mean it is. You know? The Brazil ending is a joke ending. It's you basically get like a perfect happy ice cream ending. But it's clearly fake. This will probably make no sense without the prior streams. Joe Biden in the FNAF. I would not be surprised at this point with what some people have talked about. It feels like you kind of have to know how to speedrun Ruin to get all the secrets, though. It's something funky. Oh, okay, you just go right. I'm trying to find, like, the best route, because I feel like I'm going to be replaying these sections a lot. I really wish I had better speed buffs, but I guess they gave you fixed movement speed, so... so that way you would fix movement speed so you couldn't break the game as much. The Brazil ending's a joke ending. I've said that like 4 times.
Gregory? I got your
You
message.
literally just get ice cream with Vanessa and Gregory and Helpy forever. And nothing happens. It was in the end of the last stream. Yeah, Matt Pet's already supposedly done a theory on this. I haven't seen it because I haven't seen the endings yet.
That's all the way on the other side. I'm not even close.
Glamrock Bonnie's the reward for the floor signs? I'll believe that when I see that. Also, please avoid spoilers. Giving me clues of what to do is not a spoiler, but tell me what happens is a spoiler. So please do not do those things.
I was almost a Cassie Sandwich.
Yeah, help I should say. It's not a ruin theory. It's called a ruin though. It's like taking the blue pill. What the fuck are people talking about? I am so baffled. Ruin has really confused me chat-wise. I've gotten some of the strangest messages and comments from that first stream. Because I don't think anyone really knows what to make of Ruin right now, and I don't think that's a bad thing, like with the launch of Security Breach. What Security Breach ending is a Ruin? I don't think any of them do, to be completely honest. Because it feels like the only ending that hasn't been singled out is the Princess Quest ending. As like... But at the same time, it's also the only ending... It's a two-way street. It's the only ending that doesn't feel like it has any proof for existence, but it's also the only ending Chica jump scare in 3, 2, 1.
Chica? What happened to you? You look awful.
Oh, blue pill. Living in the simulation. Okay, I got it. It's weird. It goes, like I said, it goes both ways. From what I've seen, I did look at some of the other comics you can get. Other people were posting them online. Even though I mostly avoided spoilers.
I think it's supposed to power the door.
And the Princess Quest pages
A
don't
fast
seem to be
switch.
there, if they are there.
It's just like my dad's.
What happened to Great Boy? It seems like he's out of the Pizzaplex in general. Like, he's not even in this. Like, this entire time, Gregory hasn't been here at all. Is what we've gathered so far. I don't think the movies are the canon. I don't think that's what we're going for. I think the games have to happen to some extent, because too many things from them have been referenced. Even if you could argue the literal version of the games we play might be not real, but definitively, something along the lines of a lot of the games have to have happened.
Thank you for visiting, and we hope you enjoyed the show.
And like, we know something like FNAF 3 had to happen, more or less. You know, I don't get what this area is for, because you don't get anything here. Unless this is just reused level data from Security Breach. I don't see why that would be there. Okay, get ready for a Monty jump scare. Whoa! Underwater, woo! Oh yeah, Ruin is way better than Scary Breach already. Yeah, Comic 8... So the comics have Burn Trap and like every other ending except for Princess Quest, which is like the... What's weird to me is that's the opposite of what we saw in Security Breach. Hey, Judgeabod, glad you can make it. We also have a full wrinkle into the full system because Glitch Trap and We have two different fucking digital rabbits, and they're completely different characters now, which is what's confusing.
Where'd that freaky Monty thing go? I better find a way out before it comes back.
We have Maxis, or Mexis, however it's pronounced. Who is good boy. He's the rabbit that chases us throughout the game, who's trying to prevent us from freeing Mimic Trap, whatever you want to call that fucker with orange eyes.
Hi. Free mask. Please take a mask. Take a mask. Take a mask. Thank you. Please enjoy.
Weird. It's not a Bonnie mask. Look at all the wires and stuff.
Yeah, the blob is in the Mimic to our knowledge. And it does seem to exist. To our knowledge.
That hurts.
This is not an AU, I will say. Or at least...
What are you still doing here?
What's this door supposed to open? Oh, that stupid thing. No, this is not... Are a lot of people turning into the games are good? Yeah, Maxis is good. That's what I got out of that ending. Is that Maxis is designed to keep whatever that thing down there at bay is. Actually, okay, so let me put it in this way. So Cadet has a story he tells you, right? And he talks about how the mom made for her son a lullaby to put him to bed, and she trapped... I already got that in the last round. It keeps all my collectibles, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm just running by things, I have almost everything from this area. Except for a few things I'm missing, which is what I'm looking for. So, yeah, the blue rabbit that we saw in the teaser, if you're catching up with Security Breach for the first time,
Supposed to be...
is called Maxis.
Gregory! Are you there? Hey! That's my voice.
Okay, camera. Oh. Oh, I get it. Okay, I see what people were talking about. I gotcha, mate. I still have to look for more collectibles and pats. Okay, so yeah, that guy, that glitchy rabbit we're going to be seeing throughout this run is a good guy. He is trying to stop us from freeing the bad guy, which is why he's around. And his name is Maxis. And Helpy / Gregory, or fake Gregory, Mimic, whatever you want to think of him as, is the bad boy. He's trying to free himself. And Cadet talks about like how there's a lullaby to put the boy to sleep, and the monster is trapped, and the monster learns the lullaby.
Gregory, I can hear you.
If you can hear me, turn off all security. Turn it all off.
Security? What are you talking about? None of this makes sense.
Security knows. Find them and turn them all off. I can't get out until that happens.
Gregory? Security nodes? What the heck are those?
Okay, people have said the Endo is called that final sequence Endo is called Old Endo, and now I'm hearing in chat that it's called Grimmick, as in Gregory Mimic, which I have a hard time believing. Because as dumb as Security Breach's names are, they're not even... that's like a whole level of ridiculous.
That door's electrified. Something's gotta be powering it.
What am I fucking doing? Sorry, I have literally, like, let me put these things in my perspective. Grimace! From my perspective, I played 5 hours of Ruin, getting pretty far. And beating the base game, like the first ending. Then woke up. Or then went to bed, then woke up, made myself some grilled chicken, ate some ice cream for sugar. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do it fast. And now, watched videos and stuff. Wait, hold on. What happened to the electrified door? Am I turning off the power for the door? I don't remember. Oh, you can also do puzzles with walls, but I think the mouse is faster if I could just do it right. Yeah, there's no way it's supposed to be a random old endo. The question is it the book mimic or not? Because, honestly, given what I've seen, and granted, the last few endings might change this, I feel more like Mimic Games is confirmed than is being confirmed than Tales Games. You know? Where's my mouse? Oh, I just can't do anything here. That's the vibe I have got. Personally. Like I said, it's the question is it's ambiguous. It's not. It doesn't feel super clear. Is book mimic sealed by concrete? I haven't read Tiger Rock's epilogue, so I don't know what happens there. Oh, it's wait. I was holding it. I need to hold it. Gregory is not evil. Well, he's a jerk, but because I'm also not sure that's the real ending, because like FNAF endings are like are often bad endings, you know. But like that felt like a special type of bad, like the cartoonish exaggeration of a bad ending. That was before Tiger Rock? Okay, then I'm just fucking dumb and missed something. That happens where, like, I swear, so many fucking FNAF stories blur together from my perspective. Yeah, Gregory definitely isn't on the side of the mimic question mark thing. Okay, so it preserves my pat-pats. That's good.
Look in the camera. I figured it out. The signal was leading onto your location. Got out of it just in time. You see it again. Keep your distance.
Shut up, not Gregory.
Red door is open. You should be able to find a path to the
Yeah, I did enjoy the DLC. It's way better than Security Breach was. Like, I've had more fun with it. The only section I really disliked like was the Music Man section, the mini Music Man. I just did not like how that section was supposed to be solved. I felt like the ending, like the solution was very obnoxious. Hope I haven't missed any Pat-Pats already. Just out of spite, we are not calling fake Gregory Gregbot. Grimmick might actually be a fun name for fake Gregory. The end. I've gotten the Brazil. I've gotten the Brazil ending and the elevator ending. I'm looking for 2 other endings. I have not seen Glamrock Bonnie properly. So I have a feeling he's in the game based on how much people have been talking about him. But I don't really know what his deal in the game is. The elevator betrayal ending. Okay, I'm gonna have to explain the Brazil ending a lot. It feels like I feel like a lot of people don't know it. Yeah, I know. I've seen Glamrock Bonnie, like the cutouts. I haven't seen the canon Glamrock Bonnie. You know, like I haven't seen like is his actual body in the. Can you even kill me? Right. What am I? Thing up here. Okay, that's leading. Oh, it also seems like a lot of the unused stuff from Security Breach did end up making it into ruin. Like little models people like couldn't find like what they were used for. It just looks like they're just in ruin. Yeah, you're a wine number. I think I caught the gift here. I'm trying to remember what I could have missed. In chapter 1, because it says I haven't completed chapter 1, like completionist wise. Fuck off, game. What the hell?
It's sending out a distress signal and Monty's responding.
Yeah, Monkey can't kill me here. He's stuck on the gate. I feel like you're supposed to get that scare way earlier, but because I know how Maxis works, I've been actively avoiding it.
Find the symbol. Find it. The camera's now activated.
Can I fucking move and can you? I'd like to have my mouse in this area.
It's gone.
Game? Okay. Screw me. Oh! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. I get it. um, why is he called Maxis? Uh, he's called Maxis because he's Maxis. Can't take the mask off. That's the first. That's like a game-breaking bug. Yeah, it's MXES. I don't even. I think chapter 2. I'm glad there's no glitches this time around. I did find the secret ending, the clip through the floor ending. It's it's MXES is how it's spelled, but I've been pronouncing it Maxis. Yeah, it's just Maxis relaxing reality. Yeah, I was getting the backroom ending, guys. You don't understand lore. Something is looking for you. That's helpful. Okay.
No way. I walked through a big screen and now I'm in Superstar Daycare? No way this is real. That screen was there before I looked at the camera. Is there a way out of here?
Get to the daycare theater. There's a way down to the catwalk. Should help you.
Here, do you guys want to see something cool? I want to see if I can get this to happen again. So it seems like when you interact with intangible objects with the mask, there's like this point in time where shit just really freaks out. I want to see if I can get it to happen again, like on command. So you're only supposed to be able to use the mask to phase through this. But I was dumb and got stuck on stuff. And you're supposed to just take off like right here. So you can get secret stuff, right? But then there's like a little bit that hangs right here. And now we're through the wall. A little bit. So what I think happens is we're literally flipping between two different maps. And it just creates weird properties. That clipped me through the floor and skipped the daycare last time I played through. Yeah, we're getting the complex ending. So it's cameras in chapter 3 and 2, right? I really wish there was a better thing to tell me what my progress was. Because I'm not really solid on what it is.
You want me to reboot you? With this?
They just don't explain the VR AR mechanic. It just is basically magic. Okay, so Yeah, he can fly. He's supposed to have wires, but I think they forgot to model the wires. So, okay, so uh, from what I understand, I have to open doors. Uh, on camera. So I'm just gonna skip around the game to try that, to see that ending. And then so we can get an ending. And then I'll just play through the game again, looking for Pat Pats.
This vent is creaky. I really hope it's.
Of course it falls. It always falls. Yeah. So I've done chapter 1. Hey, we have the Monty origin story. And then Monty's wants to be in the band, and we see Glamrock Bonnie. Wow, look at him, Bonnie. Actually, not that far off from how I draw Bonnie. And he gets his hair dyed and set up. How many endings? At least 3 or 4, depending on how you want to count them. One of them is a joke ending, so if you don't count it as an ending, it's not. Yeah, I'm doing the camera zoom outs right now. That's why that's like the thing I'm doing. I was told chapters 1 and 3 have the zoom out, so I'm doing that.
Stop stopping!
So I'm doing the zoom stuff. This doesn't really affect Freddy and Friends because this is like a later on thing chronologically, and I'm already doing enough of my own interpretation.
You said I could get to the raceway from here?
Hold on. The schematics say there's a way to redirect the gondola to the maintenance room. Deactivate the
That I'm not worried about like, oh, my cannon isn't perfect.
Of course not. The floor is all slippery. Security node and tracking controller. Whatever that is.
The Fredbear ending is not the same as the Brazil ending. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, so this is not the camera. Right? So it's one of the other cameras here. No, I haven't done mini golf this run. I'll go back and do that if it's important. From what I understand, no one knows how to.
It's sending out some sort of distress signal and Monty is responding.
It's not. There's no Monty here. There's literally no Monty in this path. I don't think I can actually die here, if I'm being completely honest.
Ugh, I'm gonna puke. How did I get over here?
Can we even hurt me in this? Okay, let me try this. Yeah, I'm not seeing any doors in that.
Cass, you really need to get back on the theater gondola and go to the maintenance room.
I'm doing your shit, Gregory. Shut up. Why are they allowing me to go like this? I know I've already done the secret down there. If you're wondering about that, in the last playthrough, I'm just skipping around to find. Shut up, Maxis. You are a lot less scary now that I know you're not actually a threat. And also, I know that you can't summon things to me arbitrarily. Fuck me. Oh, that's the Brazilian name? Wait, so the Fredbear ending is the Brazil ending. I didn't even see a Fredbear poster. I thought that was just a Freddy poster. Oh, no, it was Fredbear, wasn't it? Where am I? The only thing I don't like about this game is I'm very lost on where the checkpoints are whenever I respawn. So I'm like, oh, what was I doing? Like, what progress was saved? Like, it took back my shooting gallery by progress. Maxis! Go away! What? What the fuck? Well, we gotta die here. Tails is... Okay. Where am I? Please stop warping me to random fucking spots. I guess it's not random, you know, but like... It doesn't feel any... It doesn't feel that different from being random, because I'm like, wait... Where am I? I just want to do the stupid monitor so I can try the Scooper Claw ending or whatever. And then people have to figure out what the fuck the final ending is. So apparently Monty can be like summoned here, even though he isn't actually in the map, which is weird. The Maxis is just made to be against the map, from what we understand. Oh, there's the secret camera. Okay, so we should be able to just do that now, right? We just skip to chapter 9, and then we do that door. Right? Right? Chapter 9. I'll do the pat. Here's the thing. I don't know what progress I have on the pats at all. I was trying to be really good about it in the second half of the game, but I missed some early on, and I don't know how many I missed. I know it hides a pat. I got that in the last run and saved it. Yeah, I've done the 2 pats. Don't worry about it. We're doing a different ending. Vanny could have made Maxis, but that feels like a conflict of interest. Let's try to get a scooper ending that may or may not confirm Tails. With this guy.
Go right. It's right behind you.
Because I'm split on it. Because it feels sort of like a confirmation, but like also not.
Go right. Right. Hurry.
So that's the Fredbear ending right there that we passed. But we're about to get the other route we could have gone. Oh, fuck off! I opened it. Okay, let's get a good look at you. It didn't work. Why? Oh, I need to get a checkpoint? Fuck. Okay. Okay, I gotta do it again. I don't even need to get the stupid fucking glitches. I just need to get a checkpoint. Actually, I should do that first and then do one of the easy things to get the checkpoint saved. And there are more doors. How many more doors? I was told there's one in chapters 1 and 3. I didn't. That's all. People have been terrible at giving me advice for this game. They're just like, "Oh, did you do the zoom out camera thing?" I'm like, "What zoom out camera thing?" And I can't skip this, so. Four doors, that's fine. Tell me how I do them, please. Do you understand the problem here? You just say 4 doors and zoom out the cameras, and you don't say where I do that. It's like giving me a game and saying beat the eggs, and I'm like, there are eggs? And then it's like, yeah, there's 4 of them. I'm like, okay, so where do I do that? And then no one tells me how I do that or where they are. And it's like... Taco's video... I don't want to have to stop the stream to watch a Daco video on it. Oh yeah, and this Mimic doesn't have rabbit ears, which further makes this confusing. Please help me know. Monty's golf is first, then everywhere
There's no more
else.
track.
Pointless cameras.
I gotta get off this thing. It's not stopping.
We don't know what the hell burn trap is at this point, if it's even a real thing.
Cassie, where are you?
Gregory, I made it to catwalks. You said I could get to the raceway from here?
Hold on. The schematics say there's a way to redirect the gondolas to the maintenance room. Deactivate the security node. Then use the track control.
Gregory, you there? The floor is all slippery. So, security node and tracking controller. Whatever that is. I wish this thing worked.
What am I supposed to do? What? Am I forgetting something? Yeah, I got that backpack. Do you just in case I need to? Yeah, we never see burn trap in this game or in this DLC. So we who knows what the fuck's going on there? Like we are just kind of clueless with how burn trap works now. Like, he could be the Mimic, he could be a separate character. It's 1357. Okay, thank you. That is all I want to know. Because... What? Chapter 3 last camera, camera 5 first camera, camera 7 bowling camera. Okay. Now I gotta fucking do this whole thing because I didn't save because I was trying to rush it. And I've got to go through a stupid loading screen, and this is really tedious. There needs to be more of a new game plus
I made it to catwalks.
to this, you know?
You said I could get to the raceway from here?
Hold on. The schematics say there's a way to redirect the gondolas to the maintenance room. Deactivate the security node. Then use the track control.
Gregory, you there? Of course not. The floor is all slippery. So, security node and tracking controller. Whatever that is.
Hey, this route, hey. Fall through the floor, which didn't look like there was a gap in the floor. Because I was half paying attention, trying to run through this. And then get to the day in the last camera, then we'll skip to chapter 5, and then we'll... Ooh, magic.
How did I get over here?
That thing. It's sending out some sort of distress signal, and Monty is responding.
Boom, boom, boom. Was it this camera? Or is it that is it that one over there? Okay, it's this one. Okay, that door's open. Skip to chapter 5, and then... Okay, let's save. I'm gonna continue. Is that good? Spear Breach doesn't have fall damage, it just kills you if you fall off. Okay, so Play Ruin, Profile 1, Chapter Select, Chapter 5. So I just have to find the camera in this chapter. I got the gift box in the catwalk already. Okay, that's original Princess Quest.
You're not trying hard enough.
They really need to add more skip options.
Huh? Who's there? You can't hide from me. Gregory.
No! Gregory, run! Roxy's after you! Gregory, are you there?
Cassie, I'm okay. I found a spot to hide.
It doesn't leave us with more questions than answers. It just didn't answer the questions we wanted.
She's close.
You know?
Gregory!
I gotta get in there.
I remember they're all this way. There's like one in here, right? And then there's the... And that...
I can't get the mask off again.
Um...
Eyeballs? Really? Gross, gross, gross.
God, Maxis, stop, please. Okay, did that, but I need to get to a save point. And it's lagging the fuck out. Is the game crash? Okay. And the game lagged and killed me. I got killed via lag. Literally stuck on that camera. Okay, again. Wait, did it not do the scissors? Fuck off. Why put a checkpoint there at all? Okay, what the fuck's the... Bring me back, please! Roxy. Chica. Scissors. Eyeball. Let me through. Just let me save. That save. I think I'm gonna complete this node because I think that also saves. Why can't I? Oh, so I'm stuck here. That's stupid. So, fuck, and now because I didn't progress, Maxis and Chica are gonna kill me. I thought I had to backtrack and do stuff. Yeah, we're doing new stuff. I just have to redo some old segments. I got that pat. Okay, that saved it, I think. No, I found... So I have two endings so far, and I'm working on a third. Okay. Destroyer. There's another ending. Just say what it is. Like, don't say what it is, but tell me how to get it, and tell me like because there is. I know there's another ending in the mimic section. I'm working on that. Did you get the cutout ending? What the hell is the cutout ending? I don't. The issue with new releases is there isn't official names for the endings, So I'll be told, oh, have you done this? And then someone will be like, no, that's the same as this. And it's like, oh, it's just called two different names. The Freddy cutout, is it the one where you go to a poster and you see Vanessa helping and Gregory with ice cream? The cutout ending is Brazil. Okay. Okay, you're deactivated properly. Here's the wall. You know, all things considered, this is relatively functional. You know, like, compared to Security Breach, this ending works great. Okay, just need a camera. Okay, so for this one, I just need to get to the bowling alley camera, right? I have not found Chica's Feeding Frenzy, mainly because people will not tell me where it is and just keep asking, oh, have you done that? Which has been a lot of my experience with a lot of the guides. There's like no walkthroughs online, it's only like watching videos. That I don't want to watch for spoilers. Uh,
Gregory, are you there?
Hey, that's my voice.
okay, fun that they can just kill me randomly. Alright, Cheese Friendly is in the bathroom in Chapter 4 in the bakery. Chapter 4 bathroom. Maxis area. Yeah, I've got to deal with the music gremlins again. And then I gotta do this and get a save point. I can't just open the door, as I've learned. I mean, Chica's music box has to do something, or voice box has to do something. I just don't think we know what it is yet. I feel like it's such a waste of time to put in the music box just for like the joke of her saying pizza. Okay.
Gregory, are you there?
Hey, that's my voice.
I don't like how it resets some stuff when I reload a chapter. Hey, Matthew. What even is the future FNAF? That's a good question. Okay, let me get the bowling pin and hit the save. Okay, let me try. I doubt. Okay, here's the thing. There is cut unused content in the Security Breach base game, but like a lot of it did shit when people were like, "Oh, this does nothing" at launch. There's an unknown item called Monty's photo. No one does. Like I said, like there's clearly some other ending. I think. Uh. Oh, okay.
Cassie, can you hear me?
Okay, hold on. Let me. Oh, I've got to redo chapter 9 entirely. I didn't fucking mean to.
I shut down all the security nodes. I'm in the Roxy party garage. Am I close?
Almost. There's still one node left that's keeping the underground sealed.
Where?
Roxy's the final node. You need to deactivate her.
But
Deactivate her and save me. Save me, Cassie, please. It's so dark down here.
Like I wonder if I get the music box and then skip here, could I give Roxy the music box? Or the voice box, you know? Also, I did not mean to restart Chapter 9, but I'm worried that if I go back to the main menu, it'll just boot me back to the beginning of Chapter 9 anyway, because that will be my save spot in Chapter 9 now. Also, I want to re-listen to Roxy's dialogue here anyway, because I think I have an interesting theory with it.
Roxy.
Cassie. Cassie. Well,
You remember
your special day. I remember. Your special day. Do you still like carrot cake? It has been some time since I saw you last. If I remember correctly, it is on the 11th. I remember because you are number 1. Twice. Have you booked your party? I'm sure your friends will show up this time. Cassie? What are you doing?
I have not gotten Bonnie yet.
So sorry.
I love carrot cake. Happy birthday, Cassie.
Roxy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's the saddest moment so far. It's like, voice on carrot cake, it's fine, but it has to be prepared well. There's a lot of versions of carrot cake I don't like. You know, here's the thing. Like, for example, there's some times where it's like the frosting can completely change a cake for me. I personally really don't like cream cheese frosting. I fucking hate it. But one of my favorite cake flavors is red velvet. The problem is almost every pre-made red velvet thing you can get has fucking cream cheese frosting in it. So I can't say my favorite ice cream or my favorite cake is red velvet. So like the right kind of carrot cake that's prepared a way I like, I can really like. But then sometimes it's just prepared in a way I don't like, you know? Wow, that was way faster than the first time. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is with the blob. The green stuff on Roxy is just part of the VR, the AR vision. Red Velvet is kind of chocolate with red food coloring, but I think there's something else to it. I think it's... I remember there is some change made to it that's slightly unique. I just don't remember what that change is.
No! No, 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 no. Come on! Stupid flashlights!
I already did Candy Cadet, so I don't need to do that again. If it looks like I'm skipping stuff, I'm probably not. I just am replaying this to be a bit of a little thorough. Wait, what the fuck? I had you already. Can you get unlimited? But my inventory is consistent. Can you get unlimited tokens by like reloading the section over and over again? Could Cassie's dad be Mike? I wouldn't get the Bonnie connections personally.
Candy Cadet. Come get your candy here. I have candy all day, every day. Candy.
Here's the weird thing. The actual lore implications within Ruin itself don't feel like they're talking about Tails at all. However, there are very clear connections to Tails, which are very weird to me. Or very clear in quotations. Relative to security breaches' supposed connections to Ruin. Or the Tails. These felt more like connections, because I think the Mimic wears costumes from Ruin, or the guy we're about to meet. Orange Boy. What's weird is Burn Trap's room is here, but if the Mimic's supposed to be behind concrete, then that room doesn't do anything. Well, I guess it's still the FNAF 6 fire room, so it still has a purpose. It's just like, why is there a recharge thing down there then? Other than reusing data. So it's like, fucking... There's a fair bit that doesn't fully add up here. Yep, I'm gonna be an idiot and shut down Maxis. There he is. Maxis the good boy. By the way, no Charlie in this chapter, so that theory's debunked.
Gregory!
And that's the thing is like...
The stupid door won't open.
Well, it looks like someone poured concrete over the door. How am I supposed to get rid of concrete?
And here's the thing, I do agree that there is like a Cassie Edwin thing going on, because her dad is an engineer who, and the story is about someone who sealed the monster away. Or maybe not Edwin, but like, I'm sure you could make something like a conclusion like, oh, her dad is one of the engineers in the Tails epilogues.
Gregory?
Yeah, it's not Baby either, clearly.
I'm Gregory. You're not Gregory. What are you?
I'm Gregory.
Wait, he's in a costume this time. He wasn't in a costume before. Was he in a costume last time?
Cassie, can you hear me?
Gregory? Is that really you? I mean, really you?
I've been trying to reach you all night.
Yeah, maybe we'll watch the Map Hat Theory once we're done with this.
You're a bit late. This thing in the basement sounds just like you. How do I know this is you for real?
It was not in a costume last time. No, yeah. You're in a lion costume, it looks like.
Go right.
Is this part of the ending?
It's right behind you. Keep going.
It's a combination of all the Mimic costumes? I'm so lost at, like I said, it feels like we're somehow pointing to and against the Mimic connections all the way through. I don't get this weird half and half we have. Oh boy, 4 doors. This is different. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do here? I can't see. Oh, my flashlight works. Oh. Very useful, can't... You're smudging up the glass. That's not the scooper. I don't think Cassie's a robot child. The claw. Okay. Like I said, I feel so split on, like, the Tails connections, because it feels like it's implying something completely different at the same time. You know, it feels like with the whole, like, oh, buried the monster and all that, we're supposed to gather that Cassie is the daughter of whoever buries that thing. Because the monster learns to copy the lullaby, which is the same as the monster learning to mimic. Right? That feels completely different from Tails. However, it's kind of the same as Tails at the same time. Because it already has... I don't think it's a final stage of a Mike bot. Can't spawn it. I mean, the mother and son. No, okay. So the son. So the story was that there's a monster in the woods, and that the dad has to use a lullaby to put the son, or the mom has to put a lullaby to put the son to sleep. But one day, the monster who is trapped learns to say a lullaby, and that makes shit go wrong, right? So her dad, or who is the person we keep hearing about in... Well, that's interesting that changed the title screen. Her dad, who is supposed to be this engineer, this guy working here. I guess you can talk about Day and Mind stuff. I've seen pretty much everything other than Bonnie, so... And yeah, the lullaby is Gregory's voice. We don't know how many endings there are. Yeah, Gregory is the mother who gets mimicked, right? So, but then the issue is, who is the mother in that story? Is Gregory the mother because she's the one who gets mimicked in the story?
Gregory? Gregory? You there? I got your message. Gregory, are you there?
I mean, yeah, but like specifically, you could say it's just like a story of like, oh, the monster lured into trick. It might just be that. That can change my understanding. But if you want to make it
Why
more
would Gregory
literal,
tell me to come to this old place and then not
which is
be
what I'm
here?
thinking, I'm spitballing ideas. I'm not making a definitive theory
What
yet.
is that? Maybe if I get up there, I can see better.
Interesting what you can see collapse down there. I wonder. I don't know. I wonder if I could clip out of bounds and that would be really cool to look at. So like I said, that story, I mean, clearly Cassie is the boy in that story. Being lured by the lullaby of the thing downstairs, which is the fake Gregory mimic in this Grimmick. But what's interesting is it feels like the elevator collapse ending should be the real ending now. I thought it wasn't the real ending, but after seeing the scooping ending, the scoop in quotes ending, I'm skeptical of that. Now let me run to get the Vanity Mask for like the 5th time because there's no like mid-checkpoint saves. Or there's no mid-chapter saves when you're replaying. If you're starting a chapter over again.
Are you there?
Well, there is, but you have to get to them, and it's like, that's not...
Gregory? I got your message.
I'd love to get a
Where
New
are
Game Plus
you?
mechanic.
Help! Something grabbed me! You won't let me go! You have to find me! I'm trapped in the sinkhole under the raceway!
Under Roxy Racers? That's all the way on the other side. I'm not even close.
I'm really confused what Help Wanted 2 is going to be now. Because Help Wanted 2's teaser was like statistical location but slightly off, right? And that doesn't really happen in this. So unless we're getting to such location via the underground. Oh, see if I have tokens? That's good. That's a good question. Inventory. I do have the token, so... Can I get endless... Fucking, why does it do that? So, I'm now confused if Burn Trap is after him. Or is Burn Trap not even real? Is Burn Trap comics made up, or is he a real thing? Because his room and charging station is real. My other question at this point, shockingly, is fucking Vanny real? Because we know AR shit can just appear implanted in people.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Like, I don't know what's real anymore after this game, because it's like, that's the whole theme of it, like, is illusions, and, like, not being able to understand what's real and what isn't real. Right?
Chica? What happened to you?
Yeah, and it feels like if Burn Trap is real, or if the Blob is real, so should Burn Trap, right? Which is what further adds questions to it. Because if Burn Trap is real, then what the fuck is Burn Trap? Because it doesn't seem to be the Mimic at all. Like, but then there's design similarities between the two. Like, they have the same claw arm thing.
A Faz wrench. It's just like my dad's.
Just like my dad's implies he's still alive. Or I guess it doesn't. It just means he still... It still is in possession. But he could be dead, I guess. I haven't seen, like, the blob thing people are talking about. That he appears for a second. Like, I haven't seen that. Though it might have just, like, not crossed my vision every time. Oh, there you are. Now, wow, speak of the devil.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for visiting, and we hope you enjoyed the show.
But the mimic was sealed behind concrete, which is what's funky about this. You know? Well, what do you mean the dog costume theory is wrong? Yeah, when will we find the canon names too? I don't know what the fucking blob is. Also, that graphics isn't loading right. In the top right.
Ow, my head. Where'd that
I
freaking
don't get what
marksman
Gregory's
go?
deal is in this
I
either.
better find a way out before it comes back.
That's really weird to me, personally. And map time, vanity mask time. Or, like, right around the corner. It's right here. Warville? I think Warville's real.
Hi. Free mask. Please take a mask. Take a mask. Take a Thank you. Please enjoy.
Weird. It's not a Bonnie mask. Look at all the wires and stuff. Cool. Ow! That hurts.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Burntrap and Mimic are separate entities or not. That's what's, like, really weird about all of this to me. Is I'm just not sure what we were supposed to get out of some of this, you know?
Ah! What are you still doing here?
Please let me play the game. I was joking about Orbital being real, by the way. I was being mostly sarcastic. Hey, we deactivate that pat. I'm just gonna have to beat every chapter over again. I think that's all I have to do with this. And skip things I know I've done. Like, apparently we can skip chapter 3 entirely.
What's that supposed to be?
Let's play a quick round of golf. I'll play a little bit of golf just in case I'm the one person to find the correct route. Well, I didn't mean to do it this way, but I might have. I do wonder if it's something, like, really obscure, like, to get the Monty photograph, you have to get, like, a hole-in-one on, like, almost every course, or be like under par every time. I wonder if we'll see the DLC rabbit. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I get that one now. I didn't really understand this particular one. DLC rabbit. I don't see the point about talking about data mine stuff that much. Unless there's like a clear conclusion with it. God damn it. This one. I always just undershoot it. Or I hit that thing, apparently. Par. I'll try to beat this under par. There's a candy cadet. Might be a hole-in-one reward, yeah. Fucking, the timing on this one is like the strangest one. I don't get it. I do want to play a lot of golf, honestly. I need a break from, like, the repetition of the normal game. I don't know if I'll be able to get a hole-in-one. Don't hit that thing. You're so delayed, I have no clue what you're talking about. Who knows what the mimic design is? Okay, part 2. Well, we're officially fucked on par. Why? Oh, I can do par on this one. I want to do a full under par thing. Or par or under. I also want to retry the one hole-in-one thing. That's super obvious. Now that I get some of these a bit better each time. People keep saying it confirms blank, and I don't feel like anything was confirmed by this. Honestly. Okay. I did this right. Yeah. It might be something people have to hack, honestly. Oh, fuck off, game. This is golf with a side fair. The stream might as well be. And I fucking missed it. Right elevation. Floating on the damn void. right there. Ugh. Yeah, I need to be under par, so I just need to restart if I don't win. Also, I want to play golf instead, because this area is repetitive, and if it gives me an item that complete... Has anyone gotten completion on every chapter? What constitutes completion? I'm a little lost on that. I mean, yeah, it's been confirmed Gregory exists. Oh, fuck off. Why is it lean that way? Why... Now I'm at par instead of under it. Do I have to be under par on everything? Is there like an achievement? Well, yeah, they did make an official line design. That's nice. People keep saying stuff, and I'm not sure what they mean, and I can't tell what the spelling mistake and what isn't. You know what's one of the interesting things that this confirmed that, like, I'm a little, like, lost on? Fuck off. I don't get why that sometimes does and doesn't work. Doc got a hole in one. Where? Which one? You can't just say he got a hole in one and not say on what hole. I don't think all holes in one are impossible. I just think it's brutally difficult to the point where it's unreasonable to assume anyone would get it. Which at this point might be the same as... Okay, I need to go way harder. Your words aren't complex, they're incomplete. I don't understand what people are saying. Because they speak in these, like, fractured half sentences that I don't see the original message for. Light off golf because I want to play golf. The golf physics are so screwed in this, I will say. Unlock a secret trailer path. I mean, it doesn't need to be necessary. I just want to play well. And the physics are so screwy that I can't do that. Well, I guess I'll do par. I don't know how you do... I've been trying to see, like, what could potentially be a hole-in-one on this. I always hit one at the very end here. And then it pushes me off in, like, the worst location. Then you're slightly off center, then you gotta be like perfect, and then okay, I did it finally. I'll take that. 4-in-1 achievement for that? No. Are you fucking kidding me? What? What? Why? Fuck off. I don't know if it's Gregory's imagination or fake Gregory's animation or that's saying all those endings are real or saying Princess Quest is the only real. I don't know what they're trying to get at there. Can I say that that last one was bullshit, by the way? Okay, I need to be even higher than that, but just barely. I need to be like there. There is no Glamrock Hippo in Ruin. I don't know how we handle this. I think the lore's broken. Specifically because we just don't have Glamrock Hippo. So I am doing what I think the skip is supposed to be for this, but the par is so simple, but also so bullshit that it just doesn't work. Yeah, Glamrock Hippo might not begin. They really just need to add a retry, like to put you at the start of Monty Golf. Let me just try to be under par, you know, like all the way through. Like I'm not even sure what the hole-in-one is so inconsistent on this one that I'm like, is that even supposed to be the hole-in-one, or am I just crazy? Hole-in-one. Hey. Finally did that one right. Another hole-in-one. Thoughts on Freddy Project? I am interested in that, really, a lot. So literally full power can't do. How are you supposed to on this one? If full power can't do it, how are you supposed to get a hole-in-one? It's like part of golf is like the idea that you can always get a hole-in-one. Also, why is it bounce me sometimes? I'll take it, but what the fuck? Freddy Project is weird. Come on, no. Okay, so that one you just need to go forward and then like perfect the power amount. Why is the par so low on this one when it's one of the most finicky ones? Okay, I'm over. This is the only one I'm over par on. Why does it soar through the air? Golf balls don't have that physics. Let me beat it under par because I feel like I can do it. Okay. Stroke 2. Under par, under par, under par. Yay, under par. I don't remember this one. What the hell? Is there an invisible lip on this one? I think I can do completely under par. Par 3. Really? I don't see how you do par 3 on this. I might barely... Oh, wait, what? Oh, that tube just is a hole-in-one tube. And now I'm below par. Bogey, what? Okay. Well, I am below par. Get a low score on golf. I wonder what happens if you get a below par on every single one. Because that is doable. Purple one, your blue one. I've come to periwinkle as my color for Bonnie. I mean, yeah, you could say it's a prototype Freddy, sure, and maybe it's supposed to be, but what does that even mean? Is that the thing? Okay, game, fuck you. I need to do par 2. I want to be below par on every one. I don't need a hole-in-one for all of them. Well, I do for some of them, but if I'm par or below, I should be good. When you say I believe a streamer did it, that gives me no confidence in your statement. R doesn't do anything, but fuck off. Okay, hold on. Still do below par here. bars reset. If it is cool, but like I'm actually on a decent run. Okay, I've gotten the hole-in-one on that one down. I've memorized the value for that one. How are you supposed to even do this one? Because like I max powered it clear of the gators. And it only goes that far. And sometimes it bounces me backwards inexplicably. I don't know what the fuck that's about. This is mostly just for the funsies. F4. F4 does nothing. Let me hold R. I can bring up the scorecard. Okay, just below that green is good. And then max red. Monty's... Yeah, I don't know how you do that one at all, honestly. Okay, I need to go green there. You need full green speed. And that one launches me over pizza. Okay. The Samus armor. Jump at the right time. Yeah, I don't know where you jump, though, to do that one. I mean, I'm just doing this because I want to talk about lore and stuff, and I'm brainstorming it while I do this. Because it doesn't seem like anyone knows how to get it doesn't seem like anyone really understands how to get to a kind of mystery ending that seems to be left into the game. We could calculate shit, honestly. Three red. There we go. Yeah, I do need to try the Cheek Arcade minigame. Come on. Eagle. Hey. That's my best one on that one so far. Now, slightly to the left. Right around there. And then hole in one for this. Like, I don't get this one. Okay, I tried jumping there. That didn't do anything. Or at least I thought I jumped. Maybe I hit it midair. I don't know. Try to get this one on the rebound, maybe? Hey, okay, I got a birdie on that one for the first time. We are on a pretty good pace. So green was like too far, it felt like. Okay, so Then for this one, it was that amount. It's a par there. But I think that one, I think they want you to get a hole in one on that one. Okay, and then this one I kept underdoing the power. Especially when I fucked it up. This one's a real pain. No, these are new golf courses, which is part of the reason it's like interesting to me. That they bothered making new golf courses. Okay, well, there goes the par run. I need to get at least par there. I have not gotten par there. Here's the thing. I guarantee people have beaten this below par, but I don't know if they've done below par or below on every single one. Like, the near perfect. So has anyone found an ending number 4 yet? Like confirmed found, or just like, oh hey, this is interesting. I want to try increasing the power on this to see if I can cheat like a hole in one on this one with enough power. I've been live for a few hours. I'm playing a lot of golf. We're doing golf because I want to golf. Dang, I almost had that one. Also, I'm looking for stuff. Golf is important to the lore. Nothing. He was growing off non-existent for the non-existent Monty Claus. Okay. Well, I still want to do a good run. You know? If I can do a good run, I'll do a good run. Now for the fucking this one. Oh, you jump! You jump for that one. And I think if you jump at the perfect time, it will get a hole in one. So, okay, that's how that one works. Maybe this? No, that doesn't work either. Yeah, roll me into it. There isn't a fourth ending files? How do you calculate that, by the way? People, like, say stuff like that. Oh, that there isn't a thing in the files. But, like, how do you know? I'm so skeptical of quotes like that. This was the one I don't get. I don't... It has such weird performance that really confuses me. Like, it's so hard to get par on this. Okay, whatever. I have to do the rest of the fucking run. To be honest, there are a decent amount of data miners I think are just full of shit. Completely. Or they're like, oh, I couldn't figure something out, therefore it must not exist. Or it's like, fucking maybe the devs aren't amazing for Security Breach, I will say. Like, the Help Wanted devs aren't flawless in any way. But, like, especially with how data mined the first release was, and that led to the Cassidy problem. it makes me so skeptical of like data miner.
Gregory! Gregory! I can hear you.
If you can hear me, turn off all security. Turn it all off.
Security? What are you talking about? None of this makes sense.
Security knows. Find them and turn them all off. I can't get out until that happens.
Gregory? Security nodes? What the heck are those?
I do want to get more. I don't know what gifts I'm missing as a thing. Like, I feel like I have to be missing some gifts or some items. Or something I never got. Exactly, like, especially after Secure Reach 1, which this, I feel like this, it's pretty clear they've learned from Security Breach version 1. That I feel arguing they didn't learn anything and couldn't have learned, oh, maybe we should hide our stuff in the code better, is an unreasonable claim, especially day 2 of this being out. Or technically day 1. This is still day 1. I just went to sleep. This is a midnight release. For some people's perspective, it's day 2. Interesting what is and isn't in reality. I don't know if you can see normal gifts. I think they disappear. Shut up. You're trapping me in the damn thing when you do that. Yeah, I never got Bonnie. I'm working on that. I'm working on just playing through the game and looking for stuff I didn't get. Yeah, I did see the blob. Can't see IRL, gives an AR? Okay. Where's the third one? Oh, it's you. That was bugged. We did briefly downstairs area. Monty, hey, just want to walk over you.
I figured it out. The signal was leading onto the urinal. You got out of it just in time. If you see it again, keep your distance. The gator's front door is open. You should be able to find a path to the daycare through the security office.
I'm gonna be constantly flickering that on and off to see if I miss anything. Oh, eyeballs, fun. How many innings so far? I've done 3. What pat have I missed? Because it said I haven't gotten everything in Chapter 1, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I didn't get. I felt like I got everything. Yeah, I feel like with the lack of a Cassidy in this DLC, I think that basically deconfirmed that theory just by the lack of presence. I feel like if Cass, especially since this ending is implied to be after Princess Quest, the fact that we don't see a Cassidy, or at least this game is like very developed like it's after Princess Quest, or at the very least, you have to admit, like, it feels like it's in a generic space where it's kind of like after it's ambiguous what the ending is explicitly after, but it just, one of the candidates definitely seems to be can you go to that? And the lack of a Cassidy presence or like storyline plot beat for that feels real weird if the idea is, oh, Cassidy's the princess. Then again, Vanessa isn't anywhere in this fucking DLC, so who knows. It does kind of feel like no endings are canon, if I'm being completely honest. It does a little bit feel like that. The sword? I have found the sword. I've beaten the game. I'm going back to do extra stuff that I've missed in a second playthrough. And occasionally equipping Vanny's mask to my arm. Nothing here. Okay.
No, it's a dead end.
Look! Find the symbol! Find it! The camera is now activated. Look! The camera is the way forward.
It's gone!
Wait, but this is the daycare. What did I miss?
No way. I walked through a big screen and now I'm in Superstar Daycare? No way.
But this is
real.
chapter 2. What did I
That screen was
miss?
there before I looked at the camera. I swear.
Where are you?
I'm in daycare. Is there a way out of here?
Get to the daycare theater.
Well, okay, so this is right at the start of chapter 2, so let me check something. Is there a comic page in chapter? Okay, where's the fuck? Hold on. It says the comic. Where is the comic? Please say that. Don't just say the comic. Okay, I missed the comic. Where is the comic? Don't just say chapter 1. Where in chapter 1? Why? Behind where? Please don't spam messages. If I didn't respond to one, it's often because I read something. There's a pat right after the exit, right after you exit the screen, but that's in chapter 2. But also, where's the comic, please? The comic isn't a present. Ah, fuck off, please.
Gregory? Gregory? You there? I got your message. Gregory, are you there?
So my current inventory, I have comic page 1, I have comic page 2, I have comic page 8, I have the AR collectibles. I'm curious what the full inventory list is, because I'm guaranteed I missed some collectible. It's where AR Nightmare is. What?
I don't get it. Why would Gregory
do you
tell me
mean
to come to this old place and then not
the AR Nightmare puzzle? Do you mean the AR Nightmare plush? Which I don't remember where I got that.
I can see better.
Don't go in alone. It's where AR Nightmare. Where? What do you mean? Be specific. AR Nightmare collectible. AR. Okay, so where's the AR Nightmare collectible? Because I got that, but I don't remember where I got it. Hey, Gregory.
Are you there? Over here! Are you there? I'm trapped.
Gregory?
The first
I got
security
your
node,
message.
okay.
Where are you?
Help! Something grabbed me! It won't let me go! You have to find me! I'm trapped in the sinkhole under the raceway!
Under Roxy Racers? That's all the way on the other side. I'm not even close.
Before or after the electronic door? You just say the electronic door. Saying it's super missable helps me in no way. It's by the Monte Golf shack when you go to AR and take off the AR. Okay. I'm glad you used your Glam Rock Bonnie. Well, I know the area now. Not the node nightmare. Okay. Fall time. Fall time. Make me fall, please. Yeah, the mimic does kind of suck at lying. This is mostly Cassie's fault.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Hi, Chica.
Chica?
Thank you for pointing me in a direction that's an actual location and not just saying the thing with no description of where that thing is. People just saying like a sentence like the car light and then be like, what the fuck are you talking about? when in reality they want me to get a flashlight to look at a car. It's like, can't even interact with this backpack. That's
A
interesting.
fast wrench. It's just like my dad's.
Well, these pets are already dead, so I guess that's fine. Door? Door? That was on the other side. There's no directions. How would I know what south is? Okay, let's get another look at the blob. Who's apparently here, despite the implications of the ending might not be canon. Yeah. I hope I could... That's one of those... I really want to see the out of bounds for this game. That sounds real interesting to look at. The thing at the place, that's genuinely how chat just says stuff. I know it's not the Nightmare Node. That's been clarified by now. Yeah, I got every ending we know of so far, and I'm working on getting more stuff. There's also a file called Choud Ending. Once again, I am so skeptical of data miners because this has barely been out, and I know data miners are miraculous with their ability to uncover things, but like, it took us like a couple weeks to find a few things from Security Breach, so
Ow, my head.
and people like, despite having access to the entire code and like all the files and all shit, like weren't certain on how like certain endings and things worked, even if they knew how to like initially get them. That like they would give misinformation, like there would be noticeable misinformation of like, oh, you have to do this, and the actual criteria was way simpler.
Free mask. Please take a mask. Take a mask. Take a mask. Thank you. Please enjoy.
Weird. It's not a Bonnie mask. Look at all the wires and stuff. Cool. Ow! That hurts.
Yeah, I should be right there.
Ah! What are you still doing here?
Shut up. I went the wrong way. Yeah, I'm really confused with how data mining this works in the first place. I have no clue about the Chica feeding frenzy thing. I'll look out for that. Like I will try to do that in chapter 4, because I'm gonna try to 100% this game and not just play golf. Yeah, it's not even actually supposed to do that. I just did it. But whatever, it works. Deactivate that pat.
I swear that doorway was blocked.
Yeah, I'll try to do Chica's
What's
feeding
that
frenzy.
supposed to be?
Oh, I'm not golf. I do love that all the Sapbots are dead. That's fun change in addition. the staff bots were the worst part of the base game. They were just everywhere. Their kit boxes were terrible. They weren't fun to fight.
Don't stop looking for me. I need your help.
Gregory! Gregory! I can hear you.
Hey, Darkness Man. We're just cleaning up some collectibles. I'm playing a lot of Chapter 1.
Turn it all off.
How'd you do? I did pretty well, but I'm stuck on a few of the golf courses. And I don't want to dump a lot of time in them now if there's no proof that beating them does anything.
Get out until that happens.
Gregory? Security notes? What the heck are those?
Keep thinking that's the way to go, but that's actually this, and there's so much stuff piled up that I'm like, oh, that can't be the right direction, and then it is. Okay, so it's the second security node, right? It's not this one. It's the one. So I'm not seeing a present anywhere, because that's where the present there was. So yeah, we know we can get the voice box from Feeding Frenzy. I can't help but wonder if we're supposed to upgrade Roxy. Like, if somehow we can get, like, Freddy's eye, like, fixed eyes and Monty's claw. Because, remember, Freddy has Roxy's eyes, in theory. No matter what ending of Security Breach is canon. That's just part of the mission. Okay, so... is it in the shack or just around? Okay, I did pat here. So it's in this area. I should have access to it. Wherever it is. Right? It's in this area. Somewhere. Alright, Chad, do your thing. I'm gonna wander around in circles until I find present. Oh, fast cams. Oh, I'll grab one, Cassie, you dumbass. No, I must, like, go back. Okay. Okay. It's over there. Tepig. How am I supposed to know what it's over there is? Feels like a place to hide one. Going back. I don't know where back is in this context. It's near stairs. Okay, I'll look for stairs somewhere. Where are stairs? Stairs. Okay, I found stairs. I'm at stairs. I've achieved stairs. Where? Oh, there it is. I found it. Comic page 5. Okay, so that's the driving ending. We did it. I just need to save the game now. I found it. We're trying to 100% the game. We're trying to find everything. And let me... I have to make a little bit of progress so it will save the game. Okay, fuck, this not really doesn't exist, but does anyone have a complete list of items that are supposed to be in Chapter 1? Before I check. Yeah, I have to remove my social security number. What's weird about the comic endings is that Burn Trap is the one who didn't have a comic ending. Which seems like contradictory information. I don't know why this triggers things always does. Yeah, there's an walkthrough, so I don't know.
Got out of it just in time. If you see it again, keep your distance.
Look in the camera.
The gated red door is open. You should be able to find a path to the daycare through the security office.
Yeah, there are some things I'm just left really confused on with security breach now. Like, what the hell? So is the Princess standing? It's so weird that in security breach, that's the one ending that doesn't have a comic cutscene, and now it's the Princess was the one that didn't have a comic cutscene, even though it did prior, and it's like made fun of in. You know, it's like the Brazil ending makes fun of the ice cream ending. Which makes it even weirder. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna... real collectibles. Let's see. Looks like Gregory drew them. It's one of Gregory's comics. He was always so creative. What is that supposed to be? Okay, let's check. Did I miss anything? Let's hope I don't have to redo it again. Probably does appear. Okay, I did chapter 1. Where is the... What could I have missed in chapter 2 is the question. I have a feeling all I'm missing in chapter 4 is... I don't know why it's called the Brazil ending. It just is. It does seem like a bit of a combination. And then the fact that they put prototype on his foot does seem to imply it's not the same Freddy. Which is what's funky. I kind of am in a weird state
No way. I walked
where
through a
I'm
big
like,
screen and now I'm in Superstar Daycare? No way this is real.
I'm in daycare.
That screen was there before I
Is there
looked
a way
at the
out
camera.
of here? Get to the daycare theater. There's a way down to the catwalks. Should help you get to the raceway.
so where's the comic? What's the comic for chapter 2, assuming there is one? Also, let me see if I can. I have a feeling it's supposed to be in the daycare, but hold on. I'll always take a chance to try this just because it was so funny that it happened. So yeah, that collision isn't like matched 100%. So like, dang. Okay. I wonder if they already patched that. I thought it was. People just told me it was the Brazil ending, so I've been calling it that. Hmm. I feel like I should be able to crawl through that, you know? Really? I can't crawl through that? That feels so weird. Hmm. That progresses. What's the point of over here? Where am I? What the fuck? Where am I? Oh, okay, go through that. Hmm. Yeah, Moon, Sun, and Eclipse are all voiced by Kellen. Hmm.
I am trapped in a gap! Reboot! We need to be whole!
You want me to reboot you?
I would love to have Kellen as a voice or something. Though I'm not sure what.
Lights on! Turn generators on!
Can you see his cables or not? I can't really tell. I feel like they really are setting up that there's one more ending. Personally. It feels just like missing, you know? Let's see it. It's not there. Not there. Okay. Let's look at this camera.
Turn on the lights. Hurt him. We
Is that just for me to look at him?
Hates the light. The daycare attendant hates the light.
Okay. No, no. I'm trying to find. I'm assuming they would put a comic here, where it'd be easy to miss and you could run past it. And they're forcing me into the AR mask here, so they're not going to put it here. Okay, the generator's there. Let's go down. Okay, so I think... I must have missed something. I feel like... Go here. It feels like I have to. Yeah, Kellen Goff did voice Kellen Goff. You're right on that. Dang it. Okay, so we've got to hide the present somewhere around here.
Good. Now find the other generator.
Turn on the light. Hurt him. He hates it. Hates the light. Attendant hates the light.
The alternate voices are a really cool feature of the. I'm guessing they just pitched it down to do the effect, but it still is interesting. It's still kind of cool. Come on, a secret present. The button's gone. There's supposed to be a button here. Oh, there's a pat here. I missed. How do I get you? Okay, there. Was it over there and I missed it, or do I have to do glitch here? Because that feels like that brings progression, and I don't want progression. I want pat. Is this a puzzle thing? Glitch there. Sun there. Okay. It does want me to go through the glitch. I just have to remember to find that pat. You want glitch here? No. Okay. Come on, pat. What the fuck? Pat. Okay, that's a generator. Let me go back, because I missed the pat, and he's somewhere in here. Weapons, if I go up, is that just the present I got before? Well, I'm up here now. That's interesting. Why is this open? Oh, that was funky physics. I can run on top of that. Oh wait, I can get you. I feel like I was supposed to do this a different way, but I gotta see. Oh, I got the pat now.
There, you did it. Look, he's stuck. He's stuck. Go. Hurry, go fix it. Use your fast wrench. Go. Come on, there's gotta be like a present or something here. This is such a, like a long, detailed segment. The idea that there isn't a present hidden here seems a little absurd to me. Really? It really looked like there isn't, but I'm like, eh. Huh. That's funky.
What am I supposed to... Did I go out of bound? Or kind of out of an area where it's not supposed to be? I don't think I'm supposed to really be here, wherever I am. Shit. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I thought I was being clever and they were hiding something there. But I just broke it. Well, shit.
More sun, no light. Forever night.
Well, let's hope. Gift behind the desk. Is it an AR or a real gift? Okay, so I intended this to be 100% stream, but this is a very slow process. Story rundown's a fucking mess. So Cassie is lured by a fake Gregory, like a mimic question mark. It seems to be kind of mimicky, but like, I mean, this is the closest we've ever gotten to the games acknowledging the books, ever. Period. Like, so I feel like if anything to confirm with what Tales games, it's the costume the mimic wears, the mimic with the question mark. Which, to be fair, is kind of what I wanted. And it feels like Rigbot's pretty debunked because there's no implications he's a robot anywhere in here, and this should be where he's confirmed to be a robot if he is. There's a good glitch rabbit called Maxis, which is the blue rabbit thing from the teaser that hunts you throughout Ruin, is actually a good thing trying to prevent you from unleashing the mimic who is buried behind concrete in like an underground area. There could be more endings, but I don't think I'm the person to find more endings. What do you do once you have all the pats? So is it the mimic? I'm not sure. It wouldn't hurt to call it that for now. I'm just not sure if that's what that is. Oh, Gregory is confirmed to be a bastard, but that's separate. He's not a robot. There should be only 6. Grimmick, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me do a live reaction to the MatPat game theory. It should be my recommendations on my main channel, so. Uh, let's watch the new game theory.
The day's finally.
Let me turn up the output sound. Let me turn on display capture.
Here, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin has arrived after a year and a half in the making, which means that I've only got today. One final chance to solve Security Breach once and for all before Ruin clarifies everything for us. Or, you know, just adds even more layers of confusion on top. So, can I do it? Can I give you the theory that'll finally pull together everything and unite the very fragmented fan base in time for the newest game release?
I don't
Let's
think so, but
find
sure.
out.
I think to unite the fan base at this point would be a monumental task. And that's not me just down-talking MatPat in general. I'm saying the fan base is so split between Tales games, and the fire is going to only burn brighter after this. I'm so split on this, because it is the Mimic in practice. Oh, and you see Glamour Bonnie?
Hello, Internet! Welcome
I'll see what
to
it is today, though.
Game Theory. And you heard that intro right, the Ruin DLC is finally out. In fact, it just dropped today as I upload this video, which is kind of crazy to think about, because it means that we've spent the better part of 2 years trying to solve one game and
snack.
one game only, Security Breach. But all that time hasn't just been us spinning our wheels over and over again in Roxy Raceway, we've had ourselves some help. Kinda. Since the release of Security Breach, it's felt like the new Tales of the Pizzaplex books have been trying to offer us clues as to what the story of Security Breach was trying to be. But those clues have been, challenging for the community to interpret, to say the least. Mimics and Tiger Rocks and Dr. Rabbits, the storyteller Edwin GGY, the list has been huge, and even if you follow every detail of every book, it's still pretty darn confusing. But finally, with the release of this latest book, Tiger Rock, everything has come into focus for me. I think I finally get it. I think I finally understand the story that modern FNAF as a whole has been trying to tell us this entire time, which, you know,
Okay.
is kind of a good thing, because it'll put us all on the same page as we try to theorize moving forward. This theory, I suspect, is the final key to the puzzle, the thing that's gonna help
Sorry, I
us
had to throw a
all
can to the
understand
side.
what the heck we're seeing throughout the new DLC and from this point forward in the franchise. And I suspect it all comes down to one topic: AI. Now, obviously AI has been the buzzword of 2023, talking about how powerful it is, fears about it taking our jobs, concerns about the ethics of it. If you read an article online, there's a chance that it's been written by ChatGPT. See some cool artwork that just won a competition? Turns out Dolly made it. Watch a cool YouTube video?
Geez, MatPat, you're using a lot of power. You wouldn't last 1 minute playing 2020 mode, which I totally beat on my first try, by the way.
There's a chance that those voices were produced by AI. But for all the talk about it, what exactly is AI? Basically, artificial intelligence is a machine's ability to think like a human. You feed the machine
spending a lot of
bunch
time
of
explaining
data,
what
and
AI
the computer
is.
brain is able to learn from it. It ingests all that information and then makes decisions based on that data moving forward. It actually closely parallels the way that we learn. We also ingest data from our environment and then use that data to make our decisions. And just like with a human, the more data that you're feeding into these things, the more sophisticated and well-rounded the responses become, and the more lifelike it seems. Well, within reason. You see, there's a problem with all of this. You have to be careful about the data that you're feeding it. If you aren't properly filtering the information that's being ingested, making sure that it's factual and unbiased, then bad things are gonna start to happen. If I put in a bunch of misinformation, the responses I get back are just gonna be wrong. And that makes sense, right? The computer doesn't know any better. It only knows what we tell it. But things can actually get a lot worse than that. What if I put in a bunch of hateful opinions?
He hasn't
or
said
biases?
Gregbot yet.
Well, that's exactly what you're gonna get back. You're gonna get a dark reflection of that data. And we saw that exact situation play out live in real time over on Twitch last year. Back in December of 2022, one of the big trends was an AI-generated
3 minutes in, we haven't talked about Security Breach other than the fact that the books
show
exist.
called Nothing Forever. This show was designed to parody the old
I-
comedy
this is
series
going on
Seinfeld,
really
with its
long.
dialogue and assets all being generated by AI in real
Do
time.
we need to explain
ChatGPT
it
for the
this much,
scripts,
really?
DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, a few others. And I gotta say, it was impressive. Not only was this thing a pretty darn accurate replica of the classic series, but it was also just cool to see how all these systems could work together to make something entirely brand new. But then one day, GPT-3 experienced outages, prompting the creators to switch over to a different AI AI chat system, one that was less filtered, one that was less sophisticated with its ingested data. All of a sudden, the jokes the AI was making in the show became harmful and abusive. Characters started using slurs and making hateful jokes, and the show got suspended from Twitch. Bad data equals bad results. But then, how does this all apply to FNAF? Well, each new Tales of the Pizzaplex book has leaned more and more into AI. In The Mimic, we watch as Edwin, a close parallel to Henry from the games, makes an
Okay, so
AI
we're still on parallels.
program to help entertain his son while he's away at work. In The Storyteller, we watch as that same AI system gets installed and starts controlling the entirety of the Pizzaplex. In the epilogues, we watch as an AI program takes its ingested data too seriously, ripping the arms and legs off of people, wrongly assuming them to be robots. Bad data again, yielding bad results. And the newest story, The Monty Within, makes all of this crystal clear when a boy named Kane gives a presentation about the human brain. He proposes that the left hemisphere of the brain is essentially like a computer, an AI within every person. That AI is then responsible for all the negative self-talk and flaws that human beings have. Quote from the story, "My point is that AI can only use what it's given. When the AI has bad data, it can turn into something that's harmful to itself and to the systems around it." The actual theory that this guy's spouting is a little bit out there in terms of realism, but the fact that he specifically calls it the AI within, it's no coincidence. The new villain of FNAF is rogue AI, unpoliced and then unleashed, with us humans helplessly trying to pick up the pieces too late and getting ripped to shreds in the process. But obviously all that's just happening in the books. Nothing like this actually exists in the games, otherwise we'd be aware of it, right? Right? It has been there, and it's been under our noses the entire time. If you take this knowledge of AI from the books and start to take a look back through the games, you can see Scott sowing the seeds for these ideas as far back as Help wanted. In fact, I actually called this very
Finally, we're backtracking to this fucking theory. I've been saying go back to this one for a while now.
plot twist 4 years ago.
And again, to call this character William would be missing a huge chunk of this game's story. This isn't William. It's no longer the same guy. He's now an AI replicating the behaviors of William.
To truly unpack what I'm talking about here, we have to actually rewind all the way back to FNAF VR and the origins of Glitch Trap. It's hard to remember this now, but when the happy waving bunny virus first filled our screens, there was a lot of confusion about what exactly he was. Was this the spirit of Afton manifesting within the code, or was he just a digital copy of Afton? We're told in the game that...
I mean, they sent us that stuff in the first place with no explanation, told us to scan it. It was just junk. Circuit boards and things like that. Looked pretty old. Somehow, though, there was usable code on some of it.
He's Afton, scanned into the system off of circuit boards, but how exactly? Afton is and was always still a human. Why would his essence be on a circuit board? Back then, possession was the order of the day. Remnant, spirits infused into animatronic parts, and so for a long time we just collectively settled on the idea that Afton had somehow managed to escape his purgatory of Ultimate Custom Night by attaching a piece of his soul to a circuit board that was buried in the springlock suit that he was wearing.
Okay.
That circuit board then got scanned.
I don't have much to say because it's like, yeah. Go on.
During the events of FNAF VR and AR, creating Glitch Trap, a virus that would then spread throughout Fazbear's systems, eventually passing into Vanessa. The series moved on, and we all moved on with it. But I would be lying if I said that this was the cleanest solution out there. The solution implied that Fazbear Entertainment went to the burned down FNAF 6 pizzeria, found the springlock suit with Afton's dead body still inside, and then just, took out the circuit board to use. Somehow I'm not convinced that the workers would have been happy to continue their job when they pry open a suit and discover the remains of the company's founder inside. And yet, that was just the best that we had, because up to that point, that was largely the rules of the series. It was about the supernatural, not the sci-fi. It was possessions and ghosts, not rogue AI and technology on the fritz. Or at least, we didn't think the series was about that yet. But we were wrong. In FNAF World, take a look at the world map for me. It's messy, right? This thing is just so odd. It's hacked together with no...
You've already made this theory that it's a brain. You can't pull this like, oh, we thought it was this when you said it wasn't. A while
transition
ago.
Between the lands. It's complicated with all these twisting pathways that have no rhyme or reason to them. And then also, just on a basic level, why is it so zoomed out like this? Say what you will about Scott Cawthon's game programming, but he should know enough to make a better, more usable map than this thing, right? Well, that's because it's not a map. It's a diagram. It's a blueprint of the human brain. I know that sounds...
Pat, you already said this a while ago. Matt.
It's absolutely insane, but just take a look at this map. And now, take a look at this map. This map of the human
You
brain.
said this
Notice all the
ages
parallels
ago.
here. A long brainstem right here in the middle where Pinwheel Funhouse is. Deep
can't
metal
say
mine
this is
and
a
electric
reveal.
yard.
You've
Two
already said
smaller,
this.
rounded areas.
You could say like, oh, I called this a while ago. I don't know why.
The back matching the cerebellum and the occipital lobe. Two smaller, rounded lobes in the back of the brain. Even the twisting nature of the game's various pathways act exactly
I
like
don't
the
disagree.
brain. Our
I'm just
brain
like, why
is
are
full
we
of wrinkles, the
presenting that?
gyri or curves, and the sulci or grooves. It's built that way so we have as much surface area in there as possible, which allows for more neuronal connections to happen, thereby making us smarter. And that's exactly what we're seeing here in this FNAF world map. That's also why it stays zoomed out the entire time, so we can see the silhouette. We can understand what Scott was actually going for. That white blob in front, it's either an eyeball or the frontal lobe. This, I suspect, was Afton's earliest experimentation with AI, with turning a robot brain into something
Don't be
truly
mean to
intelligent.
game theory just for the sake of being mean to game theory. Actually try to be constructive, please.
To try and put things back together like he promised his dying son.
Gotten too much backlash for going with chat on something topics like
Then
this.
we weren't looking for clues to humanoid robots, but now, going back to the series and looking forward, we see those hints everywhere. Fast forward to sister location, there it is again. Afton
Hold the fuck on. I zoned out for a second.
world map. That's also why it stays zoomed out the entire time, so we can see the silhouette. We can understand what Scott was actually going for. That white blob in front, it's either an eyeball or the frontal lobe. This, I suspect, was Afton's earliest experimentation.
What? What?
With AI, with turning a robot brain into something truly intelligent.
So Matt Pat's interpretation is that the FNAF world is I'm guessing he's going to say it's Gregory, but is him trying to rebuild the crying child as a robot. That's the claim?
To try and put things back together like he promised his dying son. Back then,
He's going to try and argue he's the fucking yellow eyes.
looking for clues to humanoid robots, but now, going back to the series and looking forward, we see those hints everywhere. Fast forward to sister location, there it is again. Afton literally has human heads sitting there on the desk, blinking, hidden in plain sight right in the lobby. He was trying to create people. He was experimenting with creating artificial intelligence. Either he or Henry, maybe even both of them, created an AI program to speed up the programming process, to learn the way that a human learns, to copy and bring new life to their dead children. But by observing Afton, by copying him, the program was basically able to act as a second brain. Inputting bad data got them bad results, and we wound up with Glitch Trap. There's also another related possibility.
Okay, that part of the theory isn't that bad. It's the fucking connection to FNAF World I think is terrible. You could say, oh, I think Henry and or William were working on AI, and that AI will become the Mimic. Fine. If that's your theory. This is such a terrible way to explain it because I guarantee it's only for Greg Bob.
In the books, the genius inventor Edwin, parallel to the game timeline's Henry, creates...
I don't like that it's being said so matter-of-factly when I feel like this is something you have to defend or explain.
the Mimic.
And I know he explained it in a prior video. But, like, when you get criticism to that point, I feel you have to address it at that point.
Program to entertain a small child, giving it a rudimentary body so it can play and learn from the small boy. Eventually, his child dies, and Edwin abandons everything in his grief, including this Mimic program. Fazbear Entertainment rolls in to collect what was their property, and in doing so, collects the Mimic, but not before it kills a number of their employees. In true Fazbear fashion, that doesn't really stop them. Instead, they collect the parts, repurpose them, including the circuit boards, in
If
order
we don't have Gregbot, this will be a miracle.
to create, quote, new scenarios for VR, AR, and arcade games, which is exactly what we see happening throughout FNAF VR and AR. Old circuit boards of the original games made by a rogue indie developer getting scanned
This feels completely unrelated to that whole FNAF World tangent.
into the system, child murder and all. And from that data, the system spits out Glitch Trap. Bad data, again, yielded bad results. The Mimic basically got itself a crash course in Afton. The
So, did it already have Afton's history or not? I'm
AI is watching and learning how it should behave based on his actions, leading to it manifesting as a man in a rabbit suit. Either way, whether the Mimic program was built by Henry or William, an AI trained itself up to be Afton incarnate. Speaking of training, it's time for all of us to start training so we can change the course of history. Theorizing about the battle between good and evil in fictional worlds is fun and all, but have you ever thought about those what-if scenarios happening in real-world battles? What if the Romans had never every matters, though force reeks. Players for the celebrate prizes that you see in game silver are together. Is in the Trap. Burn Trap showing up during one of the endings of Security Breach was one of the weirdest and most frustrating things to ever happen in this franchise. We all collectively rolled our eyes and uttered his catchphrase, "I always come back," thinking, yeah, but did you really?
So we're just regurgitating Reddit theories now at this point, with Matt Pet's own weird twist on it.
We have to. It just raised more questions than it answered.
We're just saying, oh, the Mimic is Burn Trap. Which doesn't even seem to be the case anymore.
How are you still alive? Was Henry wrong about Remnant being destroyed at high temperatures? Did Afton manage to escape the fire? It was nearly impossible to say. We had a few ideas that involved Vanessa repurposing Glamrock Bonnie's endoskeleton, but now I think we actually know the truth. And again, that truth is rooted in this AI concept. Probably the best and scariest part of Security Breach was the utility tunnels. A bunch of narrow passageways full of endoskeletons.
I mean, we're not saying anything new. I feel like, yeah, this is probably new to a decent amount of game content, so I see why it's being said. It's just like, I sometimes wish game theory, I don't even know what I want.
That only attack
pretend I do.
when you're looking at them. But throughout this area, there's also a lot of posters on the wall. Weird posters, all meant to teach the Glamrock endoskeletons how to behave, how to correctly hold a child's hand, how to play nicely with other kids, how to not scare a girl in a bed that has a bedspread and lamp of the FNAF 4 house. Hold on, that's not just any bed either, it's a hospital bed. Oh, that feels like it has huge implications for the lore of FNAF 4. Anyway, that is not my focus right now. The point is, the endoskeletons down there in the basement, they're being trained up. They're being taught.
Yes,
they're being educated one by one. Data is being ingested by their systems. My suspicion is that whoever's doing the training down there, they're trying to find the right mix of data, the right combination of inputs to get the desired output. But what would that desired output be? Afton. You see, these robots have
I feel like they're just training the AIs to be good at taking care of kids, Matt, but
clearly
okay.
been tampered with. If you keep looking, you see one poster where the robot is being taught not to knock over the cake. But then the X has been crossed off and replaced with a purple check mark. Yes, we do want that bad behavior. When you see a hurt child, don't help them. But as one last reveal for this section of the game, in the big final room, we see an endoskeleton wearing purple bunny ears and another purple rabbit behind him.
It just shows Vanessa's tampering with it. It
That
doesn't
right
say
there
they're
is
made to
Vanny
do this.
messing around with
Okay, so why are you saying it like the company's trying to do that?
the new Mimic line of Glamrock endoskeletons. It literally reveals her plan to turn one of them into the new Afton. She's finding the inputs that are required to create an
You better explain that Glitch Trap and Burn Trap are separate if this is your theory. Because for this theory to work, Burn Trap and Glitch Trap would have to be separate things. Because Glitch Trap is what causes Vanny to be Vanny.
army of evil Afton bots. She's looking for the data that produces her bad results. And that, ultimately, is what Burn Trap is. The body of Afton with the mind of a mimic. The epilogues of the new book series take place in the FNAF 6 location under the Pizzaplex.
That feels like a weird conclusion,
As
but
it's
okay.
being built, a new shipment of animatronics arrive, but one of these is unlike the others, looking burnt and mangled. Since they can't put this burned one up on stage with all the other new animatronics, one of the workers decides to program it to tear the heads and arms off of the junk endoskeletons that are just lying around. This obviously goes horrifically wrong, though, when the little robo decides to take his programming a bit too seriously. He starts ripping the heads and arms off of anything that looks humanoid, including construction workers and later a group of teens who sneak their way in the facility. We learn, alongside the teens, that this thing is also running a version of the Mimic program, and that it likes to wear costumes. It's also physically able to contort itself into any animatronic costume or shell that it needs to, expanding and contracting to fit any space or shape that it needs, even if that space is a human body. Quote, in a nanosecond, one of the Mimic's spidery legs reached out and peeled open the back of the blue dog costume. The instant the costume was breached, the Mimic wormed its way past the edges of the matted blue fur. Shockingly, the Mimic shoved itself inside the costume with Kelly. Lucia heard a sickening crunch. So, hold on a minute. A Mimic in the ruins of the FNAF 6 pizzeria that likes wearing old costumes, even if there's already a human body inside? That right there, that is Burn Trap. That's why we see what are essentially new Glamrock animatronic parts entwined with the old fleshy parts of Afton. It's not that Vanessa rebuilt the body and just decided that they'd make for good decoration. The Mimic is literally contorting itself to fit in with what remains of Afton inside of his existing suit. So,
that's a fine theory we've already said, but I feel like Bruin's debunked, but that he couldn't have known.
Program a bunch of data about a serial killer and boom, you get yourself a serial killer. But feed an AI too much data, or data that conflicts, things start to get messy in a hurry. Enter Tiger Rock. In the books, AI is represented by two main creatures. One is obviously the mimic that's roaming around in the basement like we just talked about, but the other is another version of the mimic program, Tiger Rock, an AI that's in charge of the Pizzaplex. A tiger that, very specifically, has mismatched blue and green eyes. A very literal way of showcasing the two clashing forces that are operating inside of it. But what exactly are those conflicting
Oh, we're doing fucking David versus
forces? The book never makes it clear. In our last theory, I spoke a lot about how Edwin and his son David are stand-ins for characters from the game timeline.
I don't feel like we've solved anything with this video. It feels like we're retreading a lot of old ground with a lot of things that a lot of people already know.
One of the creators of Fazbear Entertainment, Henry, and his young daughter Charlie. In the book, the mimic was built to copy David, and so presumably in the game, if the mimic's there, it would also be designed to potentially copy Charlie, who was sadly killed by William and goes on to possess the puppet. And wouldn't you know it, just like the David AI taking control.
But, okay, you're saying a completely different thing now. You're now saying there is a physical mimic endo that already existed.
The Pizzaplex.
That's created by Henry, unrelated to Afton. What?
In the book, that's why we're seeing puppet imagery weirdly spaced throughout the game, in puppet-colored wires, weirdly placed plushies, painted staff bots. It's an AI that's taken over the operation of the Pizzaplex,
Well, that aged like milk or
itself
whatever.
into the very wires of the building. That's why both the books and the game have conversations written in weird, mysterious, shape-based lettering. It shows us that the mimic program, Edwin's son, the entity controlling the Pizzaplex, the puppet, Charlie, and Henry are all connected. But while I am absolutely convinced that Charlie exists in the wires of the Pizzaplex, one thing that I haven't been able to answer yet is why all the imagery is evil. We're not seeing plushies of the marionette, we're seeing plushies of the nightmare puppet all over the Pizzaplex, the scary, evil version of the character. Why though? This character is not evil. If anything, this character is pure good. Is it because suddenly the puppet's vindictive? It's mad about being killed? Maybe it's angry that it's been summoned again to have to protect another generation of kids? No, I don't think so. In my last theory, I
We're gonna say it's glitch trap mixed with the good mimic.
suspected that it had to do with Afton being mixed in with the puppet program.
I kind of thought about that, but I didn't want to say it. Because I'm like, oh, he wouldn't just repeat the exact last video.
We have these two competing codes, these two competing forces having to share one space, one body, for lack of a better word. And I think that I was really close on that one, but still not quite right. Think about it. Tiger Rock is very clearly meant to have a green eye and a blue eye. Green and blue. Charlie and Elizabeth.
How do you get blue out of that?
The puppet and baby. The protection of the puppet mixed with the violence and anger
How are you getting Elizabeth out of that?
Of Elizabeth. Throughout the books, Tiger Rock is depicted.
Okay, we're not repeating ourselves, Elite. That's good. I take back that.
As having a duality about him. He's good and loving and fun, but then suddenly he turns sinister and threatening. There's this moment in one of his stories where he literally helps a kid like, quote, a puppet on a string. Doesn't get much more explicit than that. And yet later that same story, he just rolls up and rips the...
You can't just rip a random line out and completely cut the context out.
Kid's arms clean off. No joke, that is how the story ends. It is very bizarre and dark. Do I have a lot of evidence to suggest that Elizabeth might be mixed in there? Yeah, I'd say I have like a medium amount. Outside of Baby's iconic blue eyes, we
But she doesn't have blue eyes when Elizabeth possesses her.
also have ourselves years of book canon establishing that Elizabeth and Charlie are often revealed to share the same...
Often revealed? No! That is misinformation. One book series. You get one. Not often. One book series.
Body, most explicitly with the fourth...
Not most explicitly, only in the fourth
closet novel. We also have this weird moment in the main Tiger Rock story where he takes the form of a white clock face. This moment comes out of nowhere and is unlike anything
Oh, and we're using the FNAF clock
story,
baby
but
thing.
where have we seen that sort of thing before? Sister location and the white baby-faced clock. Let's just call it a theorist hunch. I suspect that that is why both the...
Now you're just stealing FNAF theories?
Puppet and Baby are deactivated when we see their masks in the...
That's better evidence. That's a better point. But you can't say consistently in the book something happens when it appears in one book.
Blob, their actual AI code, their spirits, whatever you want to call them, they're off elsewhere. They're in a separate AI entity, the wires of the building. But speaking of the Blob, the AI theory also solves that one too. So Daddy AI is down in the basement, and the AI trained on the two warring daughters is fighting for control up in the Pizzaplex itself. What about the Blob then? Well, the Blob is just everything else. It's the mixed data. It's the AI when you feed it too much information. When you open the entirety of the internet to chat GPT A confusing mess of wires and information and a lot of angry people. As Glamrock Freddy says,
"My friends are here."
Take a look at this description for the Mimic from one of the book's epilogues. Quote, "Creeping out the back of the overalls-clad mushroom was an abomination of twisted and contorted metal. A mass of metal joints with wires, with one of its eyes on one leg and the other on its back. One of the legs extended from where its mouth should have been. Unlike the Mimic's footfalls when it was upright, this configuration of the Mimic's parts made a tisk-tisk sound. A sloppy ticking that was at the same time squelching wet and dryly brittle." End quote. There is only one creature that's still around in the series that matches that description. The Blob. That's right, I'm telling you that I think the Blob, this confusing, weirdly designed mess that we found in the basement of the security breach, is actually one final version of the Mimic. Just listen to the sounds that it makes.
I mean, you're just stealing Rito's theory now.
Its appearance and the sounds that it make match
This
how
is
it's
just
described in the book,
Rito's
almost
theory,
word
though.
for word. A twisted body that's able to grow and shrink, slither into suits.
I mean, it's modified a little bit. It's not just like 100% ripped, but this is the Rito's theory. Just a different interpretation of it.
Expand and contract, a mass of twisted and contorted metal parts, wet yet dry sounding movement. It is
I really want to like a game theory lately. I just haven't. What the fuck?
Absolutely him. There's even some in-game evidence to suggest that this is more than just speculation. The Fazwatch tells us that a huge amount of power goes down to the basement. We all thought that it was meant to keep Burntrap's body alive. But what if instead it's to keep the Blob alive? In the books, whenever the Mimic appears, the lights tend to flicker and go out as it draws power from anything around it. That also means the ending then, where the Blob scoops up Afton, it's just him ingesting more data. The Afton.
I like how every time there's a new thing introduced, you know, in like FNAF, like for example, when Sister Location came out, it was, oh, everything has to be William Afton. Everything has to be William. And then when Fourth Closet came out, everything has to be Robot Kids. Anything that doesn't make sense, it has to be a Robot Kid. And then when the Stitch Wraith Stayers came out, everything had to be the Stitch Wraith. And then when when it continued and Agony was more and more brought up and focused and expanded upon, everything had to be an Agony monster. Everything had to be like Eleanor. Everything had to be the Shadows. It had to be Agony. If Remnant wasn't the solution, which Remnant was the other big thing, was like, it had to be Remnant making something. It had to be Agony. It had to be Remnant. And now it's just the Mimic. The Mimic has to be everything.
Data. It's all the data coming together, getting mixed up, getting more complicated inside that Freddy spaghetti. It's a Mimic sweep. And as
that is legitimate plagiarism. Hold the fuck on. No, okay, everything else was like, okay, we could get there. Toast. Mimic sweep. Literally plagiarism. That is plagiarism. That quote. I know that phrase had been brought up. It's a somewhat generic phrase. But using that phrase that way is legitimately plagiarism.
As I discussed in a previous theory, it's also why I suspect that Gregory is not who he says he is in
That's came out of nowhere.
the Ruin trailer. It's the Mimic still. An AI now trained by watching Gregory's behavior throughout Security Breach, hearing Gregory's voice talking to Freddy. Bit by bit, this AI is absorbing everything around it, learning from it, assimilating it. And we'll see how that ultimately plays out in Ruin. Or, you know, maybe I'm completely wrong. So with that theory out of the way, what are you guys doing now? The game is out today. Literally.
Okay. The best parts of this theory are things I feel like other channels have said and said better. The thing is, he has made so many small claims that I guarantee so much of the fandom will say, oh, he got it somewhat right. You know? Okay, all that if literally any character is the Mimic, this theory is partially true by technicality. And we did have Gregbot in this video, which is a fucking miracle. I don't think he took it back, but, like, it's not actively going against it, but, like, here's the fucking problem with a lot of modern game theories. They make they make statements that sound very detailed, and sometimes they do get very nitpicky and, like, detailed in how they interpret things, but they're broad enough that when the next thing comes out that reveals more or adds onto the story, Matt can say like, "Oh, I think we were on the right track," and just talk about only the part that worked in the prior video. I guarantee you, the Ruin Theory, when it comes out, will be like, "Hey, we're following up on the Mimic AI plotline. We made such a big deal about that in the last video." And I think we're getting to the point where the writing of these theories is becoming frustratingly stale and generic. Like, it's weird. I feel like the creative side of these theories is just becoming Robot Kids. And that's like the creative edge to it. And then this entire chunk just borrows FNAF and it's just a mixture of Ritos and FNAF's interpretation. Like, this is literally just Ritos and FNAF mixed together. No, Gregbot isn't gone. He just didn't bring it up this time. If he actively said, "I don't think Gregory's a robot," that's a win. It feels more and more like, I don't know. I don't want to say statements that just sound mean for the sake of them, and I don't want to just say buzzwords. Yeah, we've had 100 viewers, or on and off. Yeah, Robot Greg was a unique idea. I just don't think it was ever good. I wouldn't blame any one specific member. I do think that whatever the writing team is for these FNAF theories is becoming a bit of an echo chamber. I don't think it's like Tom or MatPat's faults individually. I think they just need someone with a very different perspective. Or to, like, it's this weird half step of changing something but not changing the full thing. It's this like, oh, okay, I don't think I was right about Afton being a duality in the Pizza Flex, so, but I still want to stand by the Charlie being there, so I've just got to slap someone else in there. Who's being talked about right now? Elizabeth. That's what it comes off as. And if we're going to experiment with stuff, and if we're going to, because MatPat's made videos that are explicitly supposed to be like, oh, this is just me throwing out an idea, like the Golden Freddy videos, what if MatPat, or what if Golden Freddy doesn't exist? If we're going to make what if videos, why not say the other angle? Why not talk about those? I'm just so confused. Also, please, can we get a video that addresses the fucking book versus game canon thing? That is such an important video that I think could finally claw out an answer from someone. I just want to know, like, I feel like the Tales games has been lightly confirmed, or maybe, question mark? I'll have to see more, I'll have to see more endings, I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point. I don't have, like, I need to write down and think about my argument properly before I go on a big tirade. I think I'm gonna end the stream here, honestly. I think a 3-hour stream pretty good. I want to wait to learn more about like what's in the game. I want to watch other playthroughs. I mean, the weird thing is I can't even like completely say everything in that video is wrong, because the ideas are broad enough that you can say they're somewhat right. You know, like, the general gist of an AI is what our antagonist is what I agree with. Yeah, I want to see the fourth ending. I want to watch other playthroughs before I really start digging into like finding every item and every object. And whatever. I also feel like if I wrote this video, this would be the starting point. Like, around here. a full 5 minutes of this video are waste, in my opinion. That's my biggest problem with this video. Like, there wasn't like any interesting visuals. It was a lot of the play it safe, normal visuals. I mean, it's still like very polished. It's still very official looking because it is game theory. I'm glad I didn't make my book theory because I feel like it would be impossible to make that video without people being like, "No, you're just wrong," and ignoring the entire topic. Yeah, I might wait through walkthroughs. Also, I just want to give it a few days to like mellow out so I can do more research and find more. And there's a lot of repetitive ideas. Mimic Sweep is basically plagiarizing.
Today, as this one's uploaded, I'm sure you're all probably scrambling to get through it as quickly as possible to see whether I got anything right. Literally anything right. I'm actually doing the exact same thing right now over on GT Live.
I mean, it'd be inaccurate to say.
Tom and I are probably playing through the game as we speak, so please keep an eye out on GT Live for all those uploads coming soon.
I'll watch that. I like GT Live a lot more than Game Theory at this point, honestly. Let me kind of brainstorm to myself right now what I think we're getting at with okay, this is one of the things I've never liked about the book being canon, any of the books being canon is it just kind of means we get answers and then we have nothing to do with them for a while sometimes. Like, we'll just sit on like, okay, so we just have to wait for the we just have to wait for Epilogue 2, it feels like, or whatever our final ending is. Because I have no clue how we get from Scooping Room and Fallen Elevator to Help Wanted 2. I wonder how Matt will handle Tales games after this, because it feels like, well, I could probably think of a way to work around Tales games not being true. It does feel more true now. But this is the thing I was really worried about, and I mentioned this in my final podcast rant. I wanted the confirmation to be strong and definitive. This is like tripping over the finish line to giving an answer. It's like, oh, the cake was supposed to spell out happy birthday, but it just says like, you know? Cassie morphs into a VR headset. You know? Well, Help Wanted 2 has to have some level of connection to Security Breach because it's the same storyline, same developers, etc. Remember Ghost Children? I do remember Ghost Children. It's still weird that the Mimic is the only thing that we're getting out of Tales games, though. To be honest, with every piece of new proof for Tales games, including the costumes, it feels like we have another iffy layer to it, you know? Like, we have the costumes, there's a great connection, admittedly. But then we have, like, the story we're being set up as weird, so it's like, how is Cassie related to the Mimic being trapped, you know? And then we have, like, a lot of lacking confirmations that I feel like should have been there. I really hope Help Wanted 2 isn't showing how Gregory becomes GGY, because we don't need that information. Honestly. We can just, like, guess or assume. Now what I want is a fucking answer to what happened to Cassie. Yeah. Oh, wait. Ooh, I just thought of something interesting. Okay. Hear me out. Cassie's dad had a wrench, right? And in the Help Wanted 2 trailer, there's the panel for it. Is Help Want, and we're coming back for another week. Cassie's dad is the player character of Help Wanted 2. And we're going to be learning about how he buries the mimic.
Welcome back for another week of career fulfillment and minimal social interaction. We know how challenging it can be to find a place where you feel that you truly belong, and to find a job that treats you mostly with respect and only infrequently with contempt. For that reason, we are excited to inform you that you did an adequate enough job the first time around to have you back. Also, there were no other applicants. So strap yourself in and get motivated.
No, I'm not saying he's in the mimic. I'm saying he's the one who puts the concrete over him.
To an appropriate degree. Because you ain't seen nothing yet.
Because I would explain the wrench thing. It would fit the gameplay of Help Wanted. The conduit is there. It's connected to the plotline somehow. And system location's all about being a technician. So your player character has to be a technician. And her dad is a fucking technician who uses a wrench and had a wrench. And the entire Candy Cadet story is about how the mom has a lullaby to put her son to sleep and covers up the monster, and the monster learns to copy that lullaby to lure. I think that's my next video. Holy shit, that has to be my next video. Like, that finally gives us a player for this that explains why this game looks more realistic than Help Wanted. That might be just a graphics improvement. And we know it's going to be actually not that far off, you know? I mean, we have about half a year, you know? But that's not that hard. I think that's my next video. I think I'm going to work on that now, actually. I think I'll start writing that video and release it. Anyway, I think I need to go write that. I don't think he's Henry Redwin. I think specifically because they never say the mom creates the monster, and they never say and they never say the mom creates the monster, and there's nothing in the storyline that implies that the technician is like that he's an inventor. I don't know about Tales games or whatever, but I can make this theory doesn't rely on Tales games, so that makes me want to write it, because that's been my problem. Is I'm always thinking as I play throughout Ruin, like, what do I want my video to be? I'm not writing it on stream. Coward. Come back with the milk.